Alright. Hello, everyone. Let's get started with today's pre-stream. Day 3 of Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and quite honestly here, I have no idea how many people are going to show up for the conclusion, considering that every time I've played the game, the experience has kind of gone down a peg. Let's put it that way. When I played the beta of Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I thought it was pretty good, but repetitive with the side content, and I was wondering, gee, what would they do with the final game in order to improve it, right, and make it a better game? Then on Tuesday, when Mirror's Edge Catalyst released, and I basically played through all the beta content again, I purposely skipped the repetitive side content, knowing exactly what it was from the beta, and pretty much primarily focused on the story. And for the most part, I thought that Tuesday was kind of an enjoyable session because we got to see new parts of the city, we got to meet new characters, we got to see exactly what was going to happen in the course of the game. And then yesterday it got a little bit more played out. Yeah, there were more characters. Yes, there was more going on, but at the same time, the story was incredibly cliche. I predicted half the stuff in the game from the moment that you even had an inkling of what it was going to be. The controls got a lot more wonky and imprecise. Even though they tried to add new game mechanics, they didn't really add anything to the game. And ultimately, I found a ridiculous amount of new silly game physics bugs that were just absolutely just not acceptable. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be attempting to complete Mirror's Edge Catalyst. If you have been following along the playthrough, or if you've been here for the other streams this week, you know I am around 75% done with it. That's, of course, not including the incredibly repetitive side content, which I've skipped, because I did it in the beta, and I know how boring it is. It's go on a race and try to beat a time. Oh, deliver this briefcase in a certain amount of time, which is exactly the same as go on a race, except they try to pretend it's something different because you're trying to deliver a briefcase. Go tag a billboard, or hack a billboard by doing some platforming. Woohoo! It's basically really boring stuff that's not needed. As you see, I've done very little of the side content of Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and I'm steamrolling to the end. The combat's terrible. I thought that the combat honestly would progress during the game with upgrades and such, and all the upgrades I've gotten, nothing, no new moves, nothing. It's just the same punches, one silly heavy kick, and a slide kick, and of course, you know, running jump kicks when you have momentum, and it's bad. So, today we'll be hopefully finishing this up. Hopefully. I really hope that they don't drag out the end of the game, being that it says there's only 25% left. You know, I have the entirety of today's stream, you know, up to 3.5 hours if needed of gameplay to finish the game. I'm hoping that we can finish it. Please. Because quite honestly, it's not a very good game. It's actually saddening when you wait 7 to 8 years for a franchise that a lot of people thought was creative and different, comes back and really doesn't do anything different. It just combined the formula of a lot of the other open world games of the time with the parkour of Mirror's Edge, and in my opinion, it doesn't really work too well. It's actually pretty disappointing at this point. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe today, in the final chapters of the game, there'll be some revolutionary, awesome stuff. It'll blow me away. I'll be like, holy shit, this is the culmination of going through kind of the boring stuff and the bugginess. And now we can finally see, you know, the epicness of the game. But what are the chances that that's going to happen in the last quarter of the game? You know what I mean? I guess we'll find out. So, anyway. So that's the plan for today. Today's stream, finishing up Mirror's Edge Catalyst. And then either tonight or tomorrow night, I'll be working on the review, and I hope to release that review for you by hopefully tomorrow night, if not by sometime this weekend, because I do want to get it out, you know, quickly, so that it is pertinent to the game being just released. Okay. And then coming this Sunday, my E3 coverage begins. From what I'm to understand, both the EA and Bethesda press conferences are taking place this Sunday. So I'll be watching both those press conferences. I will be doing my reactions video to those press conferences. Alright? The difference is that this year, those videos are going to be on the King of Hate vlogs. I need to repeat myself, because I know a lot of people will not know this. My E3 coverage videos, which are going to be my reactions to each press conference this year, is going to be on the King of Hate vlogs. Because DSPGaming is only for live streaming and raw gameplay. That's the change I made earlier this year. Okay, so if you want to see my E3 coverage, you got to go to the King of Hate vlogs starting this Sunday. Okay. Now this Sunday also, if I have time, I will be doing some more gameplay of The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC. It won't be live streamed. It'll probably be stuck in between the press conferences. Alright? So we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens with that if I have time. Monday is the big day. Monday, as you know, all day there's press conferences. On Monday, you've got Microsoft, you've got Sony. I believe Ubisoft is also doing theirs on Sunday. I could be wrong, but I think they're doing theirs on Monday. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say Sunday. I meant to say Monday. So you got like kind of big three, and I think there may be some other independent stuff in there as well. I think Square Enix is doing stuff too. So that day I'm going to be very busy watching all of those and doing my reactions to them on the King of Hate vlogs. All right. Tuesday. Apparently, there is still more odds and ends. Like, Nintendo will be doing stuff on Tuesday, and there may be a few other things on Tuesday. But for the most part, I think what I'll do on Tuesday is I will probably do a gameplay stream. Probably going to be Witcher 3, okay? And then whatever conferences happen, I'll watch later in the day, and I'll do reactions videos to those, okay? Now, there's always potential that during E3 week, there'll be new stuff. Usually new indie games launch. Usually there's betas that launch. This has been commonplace for the past 2 to 3 years. The E3 week, a bunch of stuff comes out of nowhere that, previously hasn't been announced. So if that's the case, then I'll be playing some of that stuff all next week. That'll be kind of my gameplay balance with The Witcher 3 DLC and coverage of E3. Now, what I'm hoping, alright, is that later in the week, what I'd like to do, once I've covered all the major press conferences, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Square Enix, and anyone else who decides to do one this year, alright? Once I've seen them all, what I would like to do is a countdown of the best and worst of E3 based off of what I saw at the press conferences for KO Gaming. So it's going to be a countdown style video. You're like, here's the 5 best things and the 5 worst things or whatever. And it's going to be a fun video, I think. Now, if there's actually enough stuff to talk about, maybe I'll make 2 videos. Maybe I'll make one video, the best of E3 2016, and one video, the worst of E3 2016. It all depends on how much, stuff actually gets presented to us and what I think about all the stuff that we hear about E3 this coming week, okay? So this coming week is going to be fun. Sunday, press conference coverage, and maybe some gameplay. Monday, press conference coverage all day. Tuesday, press conference coverage, balanced with gameplay. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will probably be main gameplay streams and, either Witcher or something else, depending on what goes on at E3 and what releases. And then at the end of the week, hopefully at least 1, if not 2 videos for KO Gaming, the best and worst of E3 stuff. That's a mouthful. That's going to be a lot of work for me to jump into after having some time off here, okay? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling excited to get back into gaming this week. As you know, this week, I only played Mirror's Edge Catalyst. That was it. I haven't had time to do anything else because my parents are currently here. They've been helping me with a lot of stuff. Not only did they help me out with Leanna's office, getting it painted and remodeled, but also around the house. They actually did a lot of work in our backyard, which we haven't had a chance to really do much with this year. They been doing a lot of gardening and stuff, weeding out a lot of shit, and they actually showed me the good stuff. We went to Home Depot together. They were like, this is the stuff you need to kill the weeds that are out there. It's the good stuff, and here's how you use it, and stuff like that, and that's been much appreciated. Today, my mom is actually making her homemade family recipe lasagna, which is freaking amazing stuff. She's actually going to make it, bake it, and make it today. And then tomorrow we're going to eat it, because tonight we're actually going to go out to dinner. We decided we'll go out to dinner tonight, and tomorrow we're going to have a meal with this lasagna. Although I don't know if I can wait till tomorrow. I might have to sneak some of it tonight. We'll have to see. But yeah, it's going to be another fun day. All right. Excuse me. Another fun day of, after I finish with Mirror's Edge Catalyst. If I finish early, I'll actually be doing more stuff with my parents. Like, we want to go through the garage. The garage has been disorganized and a mess ever since I moved here. And unfortunately, a lot of stuff has accumulated there, like styrofoam and shit. Because here in the state of Washington, you cannot throw out styrofoam. I don't know about the rest of the country, but it's actually illegal in the state of Washington to throw out styrofoam. You need to save it up and then find a styrofoam dumping center to actually get rid of it properly, or else you could get hundreds of dollars in fines. that's just one of the many things that has accumulated in our garage and we haven't had a chance to get rid of. So, you know, it's that kind of stuff. My parents really wanted to help with spruce up the house and stuff this week. And a lot of people, oh, but Phil, your parents are here for a vacation and you're not doing much with them. The bottom line is bullshit, because I actually was with them for 2 full days before I even did any gameplay. The gameplay I'm doing is 4 hours a day, while, you know, they're here way more than that. And they didn't come here to go on tourism and stuff. They've been to Seattle before and done that. They came here to help us out with the house and just be with us, basically. So, excuse me. That's the deal. Going out to dinner tonight, and tomorrow, actually, since I'm not doing any gameplay at all, I'm going to spend the whole day with them. Leanna actually has to work tomorrow, so I'll spend the whole day with them tomorrow, doing stuff and, you know, talking about the house and the future and stuff like that. And then they actually leave on Saturday. It's our final day with them, so going out to dinner with them again on Saturday and stuff like that. So things are going well. I'll tell you right now, with the stress, earlier this week, I was very stressed out, because it was very hot here in Washington. It was a massive heat wave going on, and it was like insanely hot and just disgusting, and I was stressed out with my parents arriving and all of that and the home improvements, and it's calmed down a lot now. So it's calmed down. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm actually taking a little bit of extra time to relax, which normally I don't. Usually I just boom, boom, work, this, that. And finally I got a little bit of time this week finally to kind of have some downtime and relax a little bit. And it's helping a lot. It's helping me. I think it's going to be cool jumping back in on Sunday for E3. It's going to be good for me, because if I had been overworked this week and then right to E3, I might have had a different take on stuff, right? So, I'm excited. I want to say thank you to those of you who were patient this week, who, you know, besides Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I didn't do anything else, right? So thank you for being patient and understanding, but I'll be back in full capacity this coming week. And quite honestly, really the only other I will be taking some more time off probably in July, because there's not many game releases in July. Last night I actually went through the game release calendar, and holy shit, there's like nothing. I'm not even kidding you. Like, it is a ghost town this July when it comes to game releases. Now it picks up a little bit in August. In August there's a good 3 or 4 solid games that I'm interested in. But July is almost dead, so I'll probably be doing downtime games that people have wanted to see me play for a while. I'll probably be focusing on games that I haven't finished, a la Persona 3, if I haven't finished it by then, which I don't think I will have. I'll probably be doing maybe some mini marathons and stuff. As you know, my multiplayer marathon is coming up for the patrons. That'll be in July. And I may do some other different kind of stuff in July. I got a lot of plans and different stuff that could go on this summer. But, yeah, a pretty slow month of July, so I think what I'm going to do in July at some point is go on a long weekend with Leanna to Seattle, because we have not actually done something together like that since February of 2015. We've literally been locked up in this house, me working every day, since then. And we would like to go out and actually do something, being that we live right here in this major city and we never take the time to go out and do anything in it. We're going to probably go on like a 3-day mini vacay. And you know, check out Seattle and do some of the stuff we like to do, like maybe do the Seattle Space Needle again, and go down to the shoreline and check out things such as the farmers market and not the farmers market. What do they call that? You can't even remember the market that's there, and the aquarium. We may even go to the zoo again. I mean, a lot of stuff that we've wanted to do and we have not done in a million years. So we'll see. All right, we shall see how it all goes. But just a forewarning, there will be a little bit more time off in July, but that's the perfect time to do it because it's pretty much a dead month. I'm hearing a beeping sound, and it's driving me bonkers. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm hearing things or what. All right. So anyway, that's kind of the rough idea of what to expect coming up in the next couple of weeks to month. I'll give you more info on some stuff. I believe there's some games coming out in late June that I'll be covering and such, but more about that as we approach it, all right? So anyway, everybody, thank you for being here for the conclusion of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I don't know if it's going to be entertaining or not. I don't. But let's finish it up so I can start working on the review and such, and we'll go from there, all right? I'm not going to do too much in regards to... By the way, the beeping, I think, was my microwave downstairs. I think my mom was microwaving something. But, but I don't really want to go into a long plug segment. I don't. The one thing I will say, obviously, Patreon, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. You want to go the extra mile to support my live daily streams and stuff, that's how you can do it. And Leanna has a sale going on at her shop, The Black Currant. It's at etsy.com/shop/The Black Currant, spelled CURRANT. If you use the discount code PARENTS20, that's PARENTS20, on an order of $10 or more, okay, in the next few days, I think it ends Saturday, so only 3 days left, you can save 20% on your order. And she's now back up and running. If you order now, she can ship right away. So check it out. The Black Currant. Good stuff. Alright. I think that's it. I think it's time to start and to put a fork into this game. What do you think? Finally finish it up. See what it has to offer. And go from there. Alright. Thanks, everyone. Let us begin with the conclusion of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Here we go.